What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. Hope you're all having yourselves a fantastic hump day. It's a little after 1 o'clock here. Actually, it's about to be here. I got this a little timed off here, but appreciate you tuning in. Hope you're having a great day. Got a little bit of news for you, not on who the Eagles defensive coordinator is, but who it's not going to be. So, we've got some mutually agreed upon news here I want to go over with you shortly and then talk about some other candidates the Eagles still have here. So, some news for you today, ladies and gentlemen. Jim Leonhard is out as the Eagles defensive coordinator. He is not one of the guys that will be up for consideration this weekend. Hopefully, we will make our decision by then. But look, you've got some really good candidates here. And we talked about Jim Leonhard, and I really was excited about him. You guys know I had him third on my list of candidates that I would like to see as the Eagles defensive coordinator. But, a short resume, and that scared a lot of people. And, that's okay. I'm not one of those people that believes, you have to have, been in the league for 20 years to become a good coach. You got to start somewhere. So it is what it is. But apparently, he was supposed to undergo hip surgery and sit out for the year. But because this job opened up, they both kind of had interest in each other. So they wanted to talk about things. So, okay. If he knew he was going to sit out, we've talked about the fact that you want to kick the tires on these people. You want to see what kind of schemes they're running. You want to pick the brains of some of these really good defensive minds that will be coming into the league. And I'm sure he'll have a defensive coordinator job in the NFL soon. So you want to get to know everyone. This is just the Eagles being good at everything they do. So all about it. And there are still a bunch of good candidates out there for the Eagles to choose from. So Nick Sirianni has got his picks, and we talked about on this staff, there are some guys that I really like. Nick Rallis was one of those guys. Obviously, he moved on to Arizona to become the Cardinals defensive coordinator there with Jonathan Gannon. But we've still got Leonhard Wilson, Tracy Rocker on this staff where we talked about, what those guys could bring. And I really think Leonhard Wilson in-house is the best candidate and possibly, in my opinion, the best candidate out there for the Eagles as a defensive coordinator. Just the familiarity with the scheme, the players feeling comfortable with him, trying to run it back, make it to the Super Bowl, and get it done this time with the adjustments, the aggressiveness, everything that everybody wants to add into it. I think Leonhard Wilson could be that guy. But we've talked about a plethora of names that were out there. And one of those names we talked about was Jim Leonhard. Well, obviously, Jim Leonhard is now off that list. So I took him off the list. And this is a list we talked about, over a week ago, almost 2 weeks now. But added Dave Borgonzi in there, familiarity with Nick Sirianni when he worked with the Colts. But, we talked about Desai, Holcomb, Joseph, Manuel, Mayo, Pagano, Schumann, Smith, and Zimmer. So some really good names out there. And the Eagles have actually talked to a couple of these guys. We interviewed Vance Joseph yesterday, and we are apparently bringing him back tomorrow for a second interview. I know a lot of you guys like him. He's actually one of the last guys I want out of the guys that we've talked to. So out of the list of 6, I had him on as 5th. Leonhard is 3rd. But hey, it is what it is. I'm sure I would come around to it. But some of these other guys, I think I like the schemes more. Now, one of those guys yesterday that we interviewed, very intriguing to me, Jesse Minter. I think I might go this route. I know unproven in the NFL yet, but his work with the Harbaughs, I really like this kid. I like what Michigan was able to do. They were dominant last year, their defense. So I think I might go with him over Vance Joseph, but we'll see how the Eagles feel about it and what he, wants to bring to the table for the Eagles before they decide. But another name that we checked out yesterday was Chris Shula here. And, one of those guys with it, the McVay tree there, but, he was a college roommate of his and, his grandpa is Don Shula. So, pretty good family tree there, but, some real good names out there. But I think, my favorite out of house, if you're going to go that way would be Sean Desai. And we've talked about that for the last couple of weeks. Really glad to see they are bringing him in for an interview because clearly we talked about him and I like him. So pumped about that. But go check all of those videos out. Each of those guys has their own video breaking down their resume, all those other things, how I feel about their schemes, how it would fit for the Eagles. But I would love to hear your thoughts. How do you feel about Jim Leonhard being out as DC? Are you pissed? Do you think that some other guys can get it done? Who are those other guys? What is on your mind here during this coordinator search? I would love to hear your thoughts. But this is all I've got for you right now. I will be back either later tonight or tomorrow with that free agency show. Then we're going to be talking about free agents from around the NFL. So keep tuning in. I'm going to keep providing you content with this coordinator search, whatever news we get. But if you need me, you can always reach out down below. If you have any questions, you can always comment. I will do my best to answer them for you. But I appreciate you taking the time. If you got anything from this video, do me a favor, hit that like button. You can always subscribe down below. Join us, talk some birds. Let's go. All season's here, baby. So let's rock and roll. But until next time, I am Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all have yourselves a great day. Stay safe out there. And as always, go Birds!